Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Asian indices generally rise after earlier Nasdaq gain. http ntvforex.com news ID A1253E 7/21/2025 48:47 am. General trend. Hang Seng rises amid strength in the tech sector. Tencent jumps over 5% after Nasdaq rise. Shanghai Composite trades flat during morning after over 3% gain during prior session. Financials decline, while industrials gain. Consumer discretionary, energy and financial firms are among the gainers in Australia. Gainers in Japan include electric appliance costs and retailers. SoftBank tracks recent Nasdaq gain. Decliners in Japan include iron steel costs and financials. Companies expected to report during the New York morning include Coca-Cola, Lockheed Martin, Packer, Prologis, Philip Morris. Headlines. Economic data. Australia, New Zealand. ASX 200 opened 0.1%. Reserve Bank of Australia RBA Gov low possible to lower cash rate to 10 bps, but judgment is that lower rates would have little benefit has not yet worked through. Victoria impact on RBA forecasts. Balance sheet has expanded to $280b, from $180b prior to pandemic. BHP.au reports Q4 YO iron ore production 75.6 mtV 71.0 mtyy, attributable iron ore production 66.7 mtV 62.6 mtyy. Guides initial FY21 attributable iron ore production 244.253 mt. YO iron ore production 276.286 mt. FY21 copper production guidance 1.5-1.6 mt. Reserve Bank of Australia RBA July meeting minutes. Consumer spending in May and June stronger than expected. Exchange rate aligned with market fundamentals reaffirmed the importance of the long-standing principle of separating monetary policy from the financing of government. Australia Treasurer Frydenberg confirms JobKeeper extension to cost $16.0b, Job Seeker Program extension to cost $3.8b. Victoria State reports 374 additional coronavirus cases v 275 prior. NZ New Zealand June credit card spending 14.0% v 59.4% prior. YY 9.2% v 20.6% prior. China Hong Kong. Hang Seng opened 1.5%, Shanghai Composite 0.5%. Cansino 6185.HK comments on Phase 2 results related to coronavirus vaccine. Both doses of the vaccine induced significant neutralizing antibody responses to live SARS-CoV-2, with GMTs of 19.5-95%, CI 16.8-22.7 and 18.3-14.4-23.3 in participants receiving 1-10-11 and 5-10-10 viral particles, respectively. U.S. Commerce Department adds 11 Chinese entities to entity list related to involvement in human rights abuses. CN China Bok open market operation. OMO injects 10 billion Chinese yuan via 7-day reverse repos. V injects 100 billion Chinese yuan via 7-day reverse repos. Prior net drain 20 billion Chinese yuan. V net injection 50 billion Chinese yuan prior. CN China PBOC sets yuan reference rate 6.9862 v 6.9928 prior, strongest fix since March 12. CN China Finance Ministry MOF sells 10-year special treasury bonds, average yield 2.783% v 2.86% e. Japan. Nikkei 225 opened 0.3%. Z Holdings 4689. JP hedge funds have asked Line Corp to clarify the details of its deal with Z Holdings Press. JP Japan government reported to be increasing its economic assessment for July. Press. JP Japan June national CPI YY 0.1% v 0.1% e. CPI ex fresh food core YY 0.0% v 0.1% e. JP Tokyo reports 230 new coronavirus cases. JP Japan MOF sells 1.2 TV 1.2 T indicated 900B prior in 0.40%. 20-year JGB's average yield 0.4160% v 0.386% prior, bid to cover 3.8x v 3.9x prior. Korea. Kospi opened 1%. KR South Korea July 1-20 exports YY 12.8% v 7.5% prior, imports YY 13.7% v 12.0% prior. KR South Korea June PPI YY 0.9% v 1.8% prior. Other Asia. PH Philippines Central Bank BSP cuts RRR of thrift banks by 100 bps starting July 31, cuts reserve requirement ratio of Philippine thrift banks. North America. Vail reports Q2 iron ore production 67.6 mtV 64.1.0 mtyy 69.0 mte, affirms FY20 iron ore production at 310,330 mt. U.S. Senator Kennedy R. to vote in favor of Shelton Fed nomination, thinks Shelton's nomination will be confirmed by Senate committee. Senator Shelby R. also says he will not block Shelton's Fed nomination in committee. Europe. EU Leaders Summit reaches agreement on 750B Recovery Fund. Logitech login.ch reports Q1 $0.64 v $0.34 Rev $791.9 million v $706 mi, raises FY21 OP $410.425 m prior $380.400 m, Rev 10-13% prior, mid-single digit growth. EU ECB Schnabel Germany reiterates balance of risks still tilted to downside, ECB likely to use full PEP if baseline outlook holds. AstraZeneca AZN.UK Stat News Feuerstein: I am not a vaccine expert, but the Oxford AZN data look mediocre to me, disappointing relative to all the hype coming into Monday. Is this how others more knowledgeable than me see it? 2. What am I missing here? Levels as of 1:20 ET. Nikkei 225, 0.9%, ASX 202.3%, Hang Seng 1.9%, Shanghai Composite flat, Kospi 1.4%. Equity SAMP P500 futures 0.2%, Nasdaq 100 0.6%, DAX 0.5%, FTSE 100 0.4%. 1.1469 euros, 1.1422 Japanese yen, 107.27, 107 Australian dollars and 12 cents, 0.7036, 0.7010 NZD, 0.6590, 0.6559. Gold 0.3% at $1,821 ounce, crude oil 0.1% at $40.95 BRL, copper 0.4% at $2.9318 lb. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching.